So just to give some examples, and this channel will be all about these practical solutions for the underlying challenges with ADHD. Understanding what's going on for our children is absolutely crucial. ADHD is very much an iceberg, and the behaviours that we see at the top as parents, the things that are going on underneath, that are what are causing those behaviours at the top, are what making things difficult for our children. And if we don't see them, if we don't understand those challenges, we're never going to be able to deal with and support the challenges at the top of the iceberg, the things that we can see. And we really need to understand what's going on underneath. It's also important to recognise that our children are individuals, we are individuals. So there's never going to be just one answer. But when we can start to understand the challenge, then we can start to find the answers and work out which ones work for us. And some of that's going to be a little bit of trial and error. So just to give some examples, and this channel will be all about these practical solutions for the underlying challenges with ADHD. But to give some sort of examples at the moment, I'd start with movement. For many with ADHD, movement really helps and helps to focus. If somebody's having a conversation with me and expects me to sit still and listen to them whilst I'm having that conversation, I can almost guarantee I'll be zoning out. I'll be thinking about what I'm going to be buying for dinner tonight. All sorts of other things are going through my mind. But yet traditionally we're told that sitting, looking at somebody, making eye contact is what's needed for listening. Actually, if I'm cleaning my kitchen whilst you're talking to me in the kitchen, if I'm fidgeting, for example, it's much more likely I'm going to be listening to you than if I'm sat watching, trying to look like I'm listening to you, where I'm probably putting more effort into trying to look like I'm listening to you than actually listening to you. So movement is, for a whole range of reasons, really useful. It also helps in terms of getting out stress. And just, if our bodies need to move, our bodies need to move. Now, getting out, going to the park, riding a bike, doing sport, all of those things are great. But sometimes we need simpler things. We need things that are just there when we're alone in the house. So in our house, yoga balls are an absolute essential. An indoor trampoline or gym equipment might be useful. Wobble cushions for sitting at the table, fidget toys, which we can of course carry out in our bags, so you've got them when you're out and about. There's all different ways to encourage movement, to enable movement. Next on the list is visual reminders. Those of us with ADHD, out of mind, out of sight can be really strong and really challenging. So visual cues and visual reminders are absolutely essential. For me, if it's not written down, it doesn't happen. I don't remember it. It's absolutely essential that I write it down. And for me, actually writing it with a pen really does help. I'm a paper planner type of person. I know for a lot of people, electronic reminders, things like that are also essential to them. Again, it's working out what works for you. But it's not just the reminders of the things we need to do, but also visual cues on the things that we perhaps want to do or are good for us to do. So, for example, a child walks into the lounge and everything's tidy away, it's all minimalist and nice and clean, but they can see the TV. The only visual cue they've got when they walk into that lounge is to turn on the TV. Actually, child or adult, it's likely to be the same. If, however, there's a craft station or a Lego table or the child's favourite toys are sort of arranged out for them, then that creates a visual cue to remind us to do the thing. We might be a musical family and therefore musical instruments might be out as a visual reminder. So many of us with ADHD, it's not just that visual cue to remind us to do the thing, but it's also how easy it is. I'm much more likely to practice my musical instrument if it's literally sat there in the room, out, ready to go, than if I've got to go to the cupboard, get it out, get all my music out, my stand, all the bits and pieces. And then at the end, I'm expected to pack all of that away or I'll get into trouble. Those visual cues and the ease of doing those activities is really vital. So if you're thinking about a child and you're thinking, oh, there are ways we can get them off of screens, for example, create visual cues for activities that are off of screens that they can just pick up and do themselves. Also really crucial if you've got a demand avoidant child. who may struggle with you suggesting that they do something. They may not feel like doing it right in that moment when you suggest it. You'll get an absolute no. Actually, whether they're demand avoidant or not, you might find that a challenge. With the visual cues, they've got it there, it's in their mind, and it's much more likely to prompt them to do that activity. Clear communication, absolutely vital, one instruction at a time. Don't even attempt to ask them to put their shoes on, put their coat on, come out to the car. It's not going to work. Put your shoes on. Grab your coat. Now let's get in the car. One at a time. Let them do one thing and then move to another. If that challenges you, for me, that puts a lot of mental strain on myself, who also has working memory challenges. So lists, write it down, have pictures, so we can all see really clearly this is what we've got to do. Just because I do something every day does not guarantee I'm going to remember to do it every day. And a lot of people will struggle with similar things. So there's no shame in having lists printed up around your house. They can be really useful, and they just take the load off, that mental load, the strain. As a parent, that can help you just feel a little bit lighter. And my final tip for this video is to encourage your strengths in your child, to see their strengths, encourage them and focus on them. School will so often be telling them what they're doing wrong. They'll be comparing themselves to others. You may feel the same in yourself. You're comparing yourself to others. You see these other parents who seem to swan into the playground looking all calm and serene, like life is perfect, and you're rushing around in chaos. Or maybe that was just me. But anyway, reminding ourselves of our strengths, and certainly reminding children of their strengths, is absolutely vital for keeping up that self-esteem, that self-confidence, that self-belief, because we can use tools and strategies to overcome so many of these challenges. Now, I hope you found that useful. I will be diving deeper into each of these challenges and providing much more solutions in future videos. So do hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so that you get reminded of future videos.